Helping you improve your life in the workplace and in social situations. Joining us for her Tuesday tips of advice, we have relationship expert Dr. Patty Ann Tublin. It's great to have you with us.
Good morning.
I don't know, and you brought your little bobblehead with you.
My little mini.
It looks so much like you. Look at this. It is so much like her. Yeah. Anyway, got to show that off.
It was a gift from speaking in Arizona to a group of CEOs and COOs on the importance of business relationships.
It is somewhat freaky that it's so you. All right, here's our first question, and this is from Tom in Orange. Dr. Patty Ann, I hate giving presentations at work, and I really hate it when I get interrupted with questions during my presentations because I get totally thrown off point. Can you help me deal with the questions without being totally thrown off track?
That's a great question. Thank you for asking, Tom. And a lot of people hate giving presentations. So I know a lot of people will learn from this. First and foremost, always be thoroughly prepared. Do your research before any presentation. Nothing trumps being prepared, so chances are a lot of what will be thrown at you, you'll be already prepared for. Having said that, you can't possibly anticipate every question.
Right.
So here's the good news. If people are asking questions, that means that they're engaged and they're listening and they want to hear what you have to say. So kudos to you. So the other thing I would suggest is, depending upon the situation, you might be able to say before the presentation starts to please hold your questions until after the presentation. But that's not always appropriate, right? Sometimes you want them to be engaged. So here's what you do. First and foremost, and this is really important, get clarification that you understand exactly what the question is that's being asked. Because you don't want to be answering a question that's not the real question.
So you want to repeat the question before you answer it.
To get the clarification.
Yes.
That's the first thing. Then, if you don't know the answer to the question, for whatever reason, even if it's not relevant, it doesn't matter, say to the person, that's a great question, I don't know, let me do my research, I will get back to you, and in fact, get back to them and follow up and move on.
I always say that.
Right? That's a great, and but just make sure that you follow up.
It's human.
It's
if you
human.
don't know the answer, hey, fess up to it and say, I'll get it to you, though, as soon as I find it.
Great. And then if the question's appropriate and you do know the answer, because the question was to stay on track and not to get thrown off, just answer the question concisely, clearly, stay focused on the question, only the question, answer it, move on, and then if you forget where you are, very lightheartedly say to the audience, now where was I again? Inevitably somebody will remind you.
Yeah, or you say, hey, let me get back to where we were.
Exactly.
Where were we? Okay.
Exactly.
All right, perfect. Now that we shared all that, our next question comes from Britt in New London. The question is, my best friend is having an emotional affair. She thinks it's no big deal because she's not having sex with her friend. I told her she is wrong. It is a big deal. Am I right? First, can we define emotional affair?
An emotional affair is an affair that's an emotionally intimate relationship without the sexual component.
Okay, so which means what? You're sharing what?
Okay, here's the criteria for if you're having an emotional affair,
Okay.
and I feel pretty strongly about this. If you are sharing things with somebody else of an intimate nature that you would normally share with your partner, and you no longer do because this person has replaced that partner as your confidant, then yes, you are engaged in an emotional affair, and yes, it is a big deal.
Okay, so there's really no gray area there.
If you have to think or wonder if you're having an inappropriate emotional affair,
You're
you
having
are.
one. Oh my goodness, I didn't even think about it like that because I have a lot of male friends and I talk to them a lot, but I don't consider that having an emotional affair because I'm just talking to them and hanging out, whatever.
Right.
But
Friends are not the same as an emotional affair.
Exactly.
There's a line that you cross. You know what? We all know what's intimate. We all know what
Yes.
belongs in our intimate relationships. When you step outside of it, it's an affair. And then you're breaking the trust, and then you have to rebuild that relationship like any other affair.
Exactly.
Which you can do, but that wasn't the question.
That's right. Okay, so you heard it from Patty Ann, what exactly an emotional affair is. All right, if people want to send in questions, where should they send
So
the
go
questions?
to Twitter at Dr. Patty Ann. I'm also on Instagram, Dr. Patty Ann Tublin. I'm all over social media. Follow me.
All right, thanks, Dr. Patty Ann Tublin. It's always fun to have you with us.
You're welcome.